Hello, my lovely friends. It's Tuesday, and I am bringing you another Freckled Fawn Friday. So, this one is going to be very mixed media. I get really messy with this background paper from the Heidi Swap Serendipity line and just added some Studio Calico green acrylic paint and pulled out this stencil from Die Cuts with a View that is called Mini Tiles. After I clean that up, I'm going to bring in some Shimmers products in colorings Don't Sit On Me and Vibes Hermit the Frog. Also a little bit of gelato work I think goes into this if I recall. So letting that dry, and I will bring in the pictures afterwards, but before I get into that, I just want to say I am really enjoying this series. I have made quite the dent in my Freckled Fawn kits, and so I would love to see anything that you deep dive stash into your kits and want to share with me on my Facebook page. And I'm kind of curious, and I have a question for all of you. What kits do you have stacked up? I'm curious. I know hip kits are very popular. I order from Citrus Twist. I used to order from Freckled Fawn and decided that I had so many in my stash that I was not using that it was time to take a break. I was with them for 2 years and I do like their kits, and you know I love embellishments, but I wanted to make a significant dent in them before I considered rejoining. So here are two pictures of my lovely daughter London and her creative Halloween costume. You're seeing me bring in some of the Freckled Fawn products now, which are the washi tapes. And I'll tell you a little bit about London's outfit. I was pretty impressed, actually. She can be so creative sometimes, and she really likes to do things for herself. She has that independence that is good and bad for a teenager. She thinks she can make her own decisions, but she's still just a little too young for that. So this is the part of London that I really, really enjoy. She decided to go all out. We went to Michael's and bought a bunch of leaves, ivy leaves, and she sewed them onto this bodysuit that we ordered on Amazon. All of it is like an olive or ivy green. The tights were from Amazon we ordered. She even got some little generic shoes from Payless and painted them up with glue and used some of my glitter and made them very, very glittery. She also dyed her hair red. Fortunately, it was temporary dye. And she painted her eyebrows green. She got these little gloves like at the dollar store or maybe a little cheapy Halloween store, I can't remember. But it's just the most unique outfit, and her makeup was done so perfectly, very glittery. She added a couple of little crystals besides her eye. It was like gorgeous makeup. I can't even express to you how pretty it is. But I don't know if I said this. She was Poison Ivy for her Halloween costume. And if you've ever watched Batman, one of the villains is Poison Ivy. And she just thought that that would be unique and no one else would have that costume. And she was right. She said she was the only one at the party with that outfit, and she was really happy to have put it together. So I love the creative side of her, and I just think that little costume came out perfect. So here I'm taking the Freckled Fawn products and starting to get messy again with those vibes and those colorings. And I also bring in a little bit of gelato just for depth and dimension. I already added some chipboard that says check it out, and also a little sticker with a camera. All Freckled Fawn, mind you. I think the rest of everything I do here is Freckled Fawn except for my homemade enamel dots. So I'm just going to start playing with embellishments and putting them all over this page. And I really do like the way this turned out. I don't know why I'm talking so much with my hands in the video. That's kind of interesting. I guess I was talking to my daughter or explaining something. So even when I'm not talking to my subbies, I talk with my hands to the people that I'm around. So I guess I'm just expressive. I do end up losing a little bit of the end of this clip. I think I ran out of video stream, but I have still pictures at the end and I make sure to include those. So I think it's just the word Halloween that I use the Freckled Fawn green alphas. And they're like a block letter. So that little chipboard piece says grateful, and the green arrow was from one of the kits. And I do end up adding some wood veneer as well, and I think you miss the number 16. Not only was it 2016, she was 16. So she was born in January, the first week of January 2000. So she's got the easiest birth date and age to remember because she was a millennium baby. So when it's 2016, the picture of her would be 16 years old. If it's, 2010, she was 10 years old. So it makes it very easy. True, on the other hand, is in the middle of the year. And so I kind of have to calculate because hers is in July. So I have to usually do a little bit of calculation on what age she was and what time of year it was. But I digress. So back to the layout. I am just bringing in some cute little green arrows. I will bring in a little more chipboard. And I do put a lot of Freckled Fawn products onto this. The little diamond on the side says I love you. And there's a little smiley face and a chipboard that says dream on. Adding a couple of more of those little arrows. And what else? Oh, here's where I put in the number 16, so I guess you do see it. And also this wooden tag. I thought I would end up embellishing that tag, but I don't. I think there's enough on the page, and so I kept it plain. I add my little cotton twine as I do. I just love that twine. I seem to grab it for any type of twine usage I need. Even though I have tons and tons of colored twine, I always grab the white. So I will end up gluing down the tag and the numbers. And I think this is where it cuts off. So you will see the last thing that I added were the enamel dots that are homemade, and also the word Halloween. And that wraps it up. So I hope you will join me in my efforts to dive deep into your kits and use them up. I appreciate you watching. If you can give this channel a thumbs up, I would appreciate it, and I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.